Studio, the Honey Badger
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour. UFC 284 post-fight show. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing all right. It's your boy, the Badger. We're just coming off of UFC 284 in Perth, Australia, where we just saw the pound for pound number one featherweight champion of the world, Alexander Volkanovski, take on the lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev, in the main event. And oh my God, we had the craziest main event, maybe the highest level main event we've ever seen in UFC history. We had the number one pound for pound challenge for the lightweight title. I think it's the first time that the UFC has ever had number one and number two competing against each other. So we really had a crazy scrap on our hands, boys. And let me tell you, a lot of people had Alex Volkanovski out. A lot of the reporters, Islam said that he was going to make him tired and tap him out. And let me tell you, boy, were they wrong. Wow. It's good to see now that everybody knows the champion of the caliber of champion we've always been dealing with was Alexander Volkanovski. And it's glad to but man, that had to be maybe the highest level fight we've ever seen. Razor thin to the very end. One of those fights that's really, really hard and really, really tough to call because you were looking at it, it was just so highly contested. Like, no guy ever gave another guy an inch. Like, every time somebody did good, then if Islam hit caught Alex with something, Alex countered right away. Alex's movement, his pressure was out of control. And it's just his tenacity in the fifth round. The way he was going after it, the way he was going after Islam, the way he was trying to take him down, scrambled, hit him with a big punch in the last round. Oh, man. Wow, I'll tell you what. No featherweight was feeling very comfortable after watching that fight just now. Yo, I'll tell you what, after that main event, Alex just put the fear in every featherweight's balls that thinks they have a shot or is looking at a number one or number two spot right now for the featherweight division. So, oh man, what a battle. What a battle. Perth was on their feet. Shout out to Big Joe Lopez, Frankie Hicksman, Alex Volkanovski, the team, the dream team, the boys, engaged. Everybody was out there in full effect. Oh, man. Even Alex was out there. Oh, man. Shay was backstage. It was a tremendous show, man. And, yo, I got goosebumps when Alex was walking out, straight up. When we were sitting down watching, man, I was just like, the confidence, bro, the swag in his stance, just the belief in his hard work was just so, how do you say it, man? It was like, it was almost like, it was very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like he could pass it, you know? It was just, yeah, it was very contagious, bro. He had that contagious good energy where every time he spoke all week, he just had this confidence about him, you know? And I heard, and everybody was saying, like, you could just tell how hard he worked and how thorough he was. I mean, I've never seen somebody more fit in the UFC. No matter, when this is all over, Alex Volkanovski is going to go down as the fittest champion to ever compete in the UFC ever. The guy was in between, he was in between rounds telling Big Joe, he's not strong. He's not strong. Oh, my God, bro. It was crazy. First round, super, super close. My favorite thing about it was that Alex drew first blood right away. Boom, he hit him, and he wobbled him and cracked him and went back. And then he gave him that look like, that's right, motherfucker. I'm here to stay, baby. We're going after it, you know? And he knew. Right as soon as Alex hit him, Islam knew he was in for a night. He's like, oh, snap, this little motherfucker's strong. He can crack, which we all knew. And you know what was amazing about that fight? Makhachev was 4 inches taller. It was 5'10 versus 5'6. And on top of that, Volkanovski was 4 inches shorter, but he still had an inch and a half reach over Makhachev. Just to let you know what kind of gorilla orangutan arms Volk's got. And so, yeah, the first round, razor close. Volkanovski, Alex boom, strikes blood first, hits him with the first big shot. A little bit later on in the round, Makhachev ended up countering him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they always countered each other very well. Like, anytime Alex got ahead a little bit, then Makhachev caught up and they kept firing back. It was such a high level chess match that both guys with two of the best visions too, you know. And Alex was saying in the post-fight press conference that he kind of underestimated Volkanovski. He underestimated Makhachev's. He underestimated his striking a little bit, which Makhachev did prove that he has some great striking. You know, like he was really clean with it, and he's always shown that he has his good kicks. But damn, Alex is so smart, and he was saying that his feet weren't ahead. Like he said that Makhachev's feet weren't as fast as his hands and his head. Like he said, his eyes and hands were looking places, and his feet weren't there yet. So just goes to show how technical and how high level he is. But man, they're talking about Yair Rodriguez versus Alex Volkanovski, or which what looks like it might happen. It might be happening by popular demand. We might get the rematch with Makhachev versus Alex Volkanovski. If you ask me, we got to run it back. I mean, we were in the 5th round of a super contested. That fight was easily 2-2 going into the 5th. And that fight ended with Makhachev on his back, huffing and puffing, looking for air, and Volkanovski wanting more. So if you ask me, we need to run it back. We need to run it back and settle the score. And I feel like now Alex knows what he needs to fix. He knows what he needs to do. And I want to see him come back and get this revenge. You know what I'm saying? And claim that second title. And I would love to see the favors on a rematch and see who's favored and how it goes on a rematch. The rematch would be tough because both fighters will know now what adjustments to make. Now, will Islam Makhachev step into gear? Was he really underestimating Alex, or did he really give it his best training camp against Alex? And number two, now that Alex knows how strong and knows exactly what he's dealing with Islam Makhachev, will Alex now show a little bit less respect and get a little bit more aggressive? Because he was saying in the interview how he would have liked to, he was saying that looking back now, that he wish he would have maybe turned it on a little bit earlier in the fight. You know, that he thought he was a little bit stronger. He thought he was going to be a lot stronger than he actually was. So, man, overall, a crazy exciting fight. Probably one of the best main events we've ever seen. One of the most highly contested fights ever. Just a razor thin. Like, and really just goes to show, like, when Dana White says, oh, leave it in the hands of the judges. Don't ever leave it to the hands of the judges. Those two guys showed right there why sometimes you have no choice, you know. Now, did the judges get it right in Australia? That was a tough one, man. Because it's like, yo, how do you go against this guy who's on top, throwing ground and pound? Like, if it was in one championship rules where they judged the fight in its entirety, I think you definitely got to give it to Volkanovski. So already in a few different skill sets and a few different rule sets, we're already seeing like how you can. It's just the rounds. The big round was round 3 was Alex all day. It's how you want to judge round 2 with the little takedown. I think Makhachev got the which round did he get the takedown? I just watched this damn thing. And Makhachev secured that one takedown and put him down for a second, but Alex showed great ability of scrambling up to his feet, getting back up, putting the pressure. He was finishing the sentence. He was always finishing his combinations with either a low kick or a takedown entry. And I love the way he would pummel that underhook to the inside. It was crazy, bro. I remember we were watching it with Gene. At one point, Gene's like, get the underhook and turn. It's like you would have thought that he was listening, like if he was listening to everybody, you know? So, super well conditioned, super well trained. Shout out to the GOAT. And all right, so tell me, well, here's my hot take now. They were saying that this fight would be for number 1 pound for pound. Now, does Alexander Volkanovski lose his pound for pound number 1 spot after losing to, if anything, a fight that could have been a draw, or winning a fight, or like, to me, it's like 50-50. Half the crowd feels he won. I feel he won. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm biased. I'm not a journalist. You know what I'm saying? When I only interview the people that I like and my friends. I'm not trying to like interview all these fighters. I don't want to know nothing about Islam and her team. I don't want to know nothing about nobody's team that goes against mine. You understand? So I'm biased always. Like, I'm always for the home team. So no matter what, I was gonna say that my homies won. And regardless, I still think Alex won 2, 3, and 5 all day long. You know, that was a close fight. Islam did get some takedowns, but if he got the takedowns, he didn't really do anything with it. He wasn't able. He didn't really throw no ground and pound. He wasn't able to stay on top and smash Alex. The only thing he was able to do was get his back and kind of hold him. You know, that was like his best attribute. And when he was holding, he wasn't trying to finish Alex when he had his back. He never even, like, after the first round, he never really went for the neck. He was just trying not to lose the position because he didn't want that demon to get off of him. And they can't say that we weren't telling everybody. We were letting you all know for months that a demon is coming. Because I've never seen a more determined, a more passionate person. And you can just tell from his walkout. Like, I got goosebumps just watching on his walkout. Like, you've never seen, and I'm telling you, man, I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it live in my face. I've had the chance to see Alex fight live a couple times now. 4 times now. I saw him compete in Australia for the AFC title at 155. I seen him compete in Guam when he was the main event, when he fought for the 145-pound title. And he won that. And I'm telling you, backstage, up to fight week, during the weight cut, I've never met a man more composed and more born for it, a more game fighter. This is a guy that's ice cold. Like, this guy loves to fight. He loves to be in there. Like, he thrives every minute that he's in there. And it's a crazy, crazy, crazy force to deal with, So it was great, man. One of the great things about this fight too is that I really love about, and I got to give up to both champions, is that both guys showed the utmost respect for each other, and they were like trash talking to each other. Like, Makhachev was saying, "Oh, Australia has no wrestling. I'm gonna break him, this and that." But it was like they were just speaking from the heart, like by 2 game competitors. They weren't talking about each other's families and all this bullshit like we've been seeing with these last trash garbage fighters. Not trash garbage fighters, but lately the game was taking a little bit turn for the worse. The way these guys were talking to each other and disrespecting each other, So it's good to see a featherweight champion and the lightweight champion like competing at the highest level, but also showing the utmost respect. Even when you had the coaches, like when I was interviewing Frank and Joe Lopez, like they had the utmost respect for Islam and his team, and the same went for the other way around. Islam's team and Javier Mendez had the utmost respect for Volkanovski, and they always had nothing but good things and respect to say about each other. And that's the one thing about this sport. And that was the beautiful thing about this sport, man, that I really love. That these guys really both showed, and that I really want to give props to for it. Between Islam and Alex, it was 2 class acts, 2 of the best going at it, and 2 guys that I'm sure later on down the line they're gonna have a lot of respect and admiration for. After you spend 25 minutes in the ring, like in the cage like that, in the octagon, those guys know each other to a very deep extent. And to see the respect after, what a champion, Alexander Volkanovski. He doesn't get the nod. Everybody feels like he got it. His whole team, Dan Hooker, Izzy, Kai, everybody's in the front row celebrating Ty, thinking that Alex got it done. He didn't get it, and the first thing he did when he got the microphone is he told everybody to give it up for Islam Makhachev. Like you couldn't ask for a more class act. I mean, the guy is just unfinishable, stand-up guy, and somebody that truly showed he's born for it, man. He's born for the war. He's born, and he's changing his name from Alexander the Great to Alexander the Greatest. And man, I'm telling you right now, I've been in the game for a long time. I've met a lot of fighters. I've cornered a lot of fighters. I've been on the same card as a lot of great UFC champions now, and train alongside a lot of these guys during fight camp and in these rough conditioning sessions, and I've never seen somebody more game and somebody more game and somebody as cool and calm when it comes to battle. Like just a guy who thrives in the fire. It's amazing, So just shout out to Alexander Volkanovski. Shout out to Joe Lopez. Shout out to the boys, Frank Hickman, everybody. We had Eugene out there. It was a great team effort all the way around, man. So UFC 284, what do you guys think? Who do you think won? Do you think that Alexander should have got the nod? Or do you think that the judges got it right with Islam Makhachev? Comment below. Let me know your opinion. Let me know what you think. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what. Alexander didn't get the title, but he proved. If you ask me, I think that Alex is still the number 1 pound-for-pound champion, okay? Because he went up a weight class, all right, and proved that he can compete. If not, could be the double champ right now. And he's still going to go down and defend his throne at 145. For Islam to be pound for pound, I feel like you got to go up a weight class. So I would like to see Islam compete for the welterweight title and see how he does. Or try to go down and compete with Alex at the featherweight title, which we know he definitely can do. Here's another question. Can Alex make 135 and challenge for a second title in a lower weight class? Because he's been making 145 so easy. He might be able to make 135. So if you ask me, Alex is still pound for pound. There's still welterweights in that UFC roster that wouldn't want to mess with Alex and have none of that smoke. So if you ask me, I still think he holds his pound for pound. If anything, and we see this, and this is the cool thing about MMA, that when you lose, it doesn't really lower your stock. So the good thing about this one now is that, yeah, even though Alex took an L on those scorecards, really, he took a win in this one. So he got the 50K bonus. And the only thing is now, I know that he didn't come in there to like show people he wanted. He didn't go in there to compete. He went in there to win. He wanted to stop Islam, and he went after it, man. So it's a tough one. But if you ask me, he's still the pound-for-pound champion, number 1, because he proved that he can be the lightweight champion, and he's still the featherweight champion. So in the L, he still took a W in this one. He's gained more fans, and whatever superstar he already was, and what we already knew, the whole world knows now. And he's been able to show that he's a monster, man. So UFC 284, tell me what you guys think. Hit you with a little exclusive Honey Badger Hour reviews, UFC 284 post-fight show. I appreciate the love and support you guys have been showing throughout the previous episodes. If you guys like what you see, make sure to comment, all right? Give me a follow, all right? And we're going to keep on improving, keep on bringing new episodes to you. I'm working on a lot of good guests, all right? We're working on leveling up the production. And then the more support you guys show and the more subscribers we get, the more love and the more work I can put into the podcast. Anyways, guys, there's aliens coming. The world's getting crazy. Be safe. Love your neighbors. And I'll catch you guys soon. Stay tuned. Honey Badger Hour Reviews. We're out.